Hi, I'm Matt. I live in New Jersey. I'm married with 3 young children, and I've been practicing yoga for over 15 years and teaching since 2018. Back in 2023, I had the opportunity to lead the first in-person Yoga for Hoopers session in Metuchen. That experience had a profound impact on me, getting to see basketball players slow down, become aware of their movement patterns, and discover how powerfully this practice could support the way they move and compete. My teaching philosophy is centered around creating a strong foundation of intentional and sustainable movement. We go beyond simple stretches to leverage the tools of this incredible practice that can create an edge and a meaningful difference in a player's performance under pressure and in their lives on and off the court. I'm beyond excited to bring this work back with the Yoga for Hoopers community and to keep building on what we all started together.
I'm going to talk through this first portion of practice, and then I'll do some demoing as we move on, and we'll kind of see where we go. So thanks for being here. Jump on at get to the top of your mat and just start to shake your body. And I'll give you some visuals here. Like I said, shake out your wrists, move your shoulders. What I like to say in my in-person classes is when half the class looks as weird as I do, we stop. So that can take some time, but you want to reach your arms up in the air, add a twist, back and forth. Just allow yourself to really get some get some movement going here that allows you to let go of something. So you're holding on to something, maybe tension or physically, hip flexors, I don't know, shoulders, wrists, elbows. Move in a way that allow yourself to let go. So we're here another 10 seconds. We'll get a little bit more animated with it. Maybe move your hips, 8, 9, 6. I'm counting like my 4-year-old son. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, top of the mat, mountain pose. Stand tall. Close your eyes if it's comfortable. Arms along your sides, palm face forward. So you may feel that energetic reverberation just by moving your body for 15 seconds in kind of an engaged way. Lift and spread all 10 of your toes. Inner arches of your feet lift up. Subtly start to push the front of your pelvis forward. And drop your shoulder blades back. Draw your chin slightly towards the front of your throat. So allow yourself to feel grounded down through your feet. Now sweep your arms back slowly, out and up over your head as you breathe in. And now as you exhale, you can take your hands through prayer or all the way down into the mat. You're going to land in a forward fold. So you can take a deep bend through your knees here and allow your chest to press towards your thighs. So we'll demo some of this here. So for some of you, this may be like a really deep bend through the knees. That's great. Drop your head and your neck. Again, press your chest towards your thighs. And now from there, start to play with lengthening, shifting more weight forward as you feel the stretch through your hamstrings. On an inhale, you're going to bring your hands to your shins, lengthen and lift up halfway. So my chest is parallel to the floor here. My chin draws towards the front of my throat. And now as I exhale, fold and bow forward again. Let's do that 2 more times. So long spine on an inhale. Exhale, bow, round, and fold. Yeah, 1 more time. Long spine in. Exhale, fold. Maybe a little bit deeper here. Step your feet back into a high plank and hold. So a few options here. From high plank, you can drop your knees if you want a little bit more support. It's a great option, especially early on. I'm going to drop my knees, untuck the toes. And now lift the front of the pelvis up. Bend your elbows, lower down halfway or less. And now press back up, high plank, strong. Do it again. Bend the elbows, lower down halfway or less. Press back up, high plank. 1 more time. Bend the elbows, lower down for 3, 2. On 1, you're going to pull your chest through your arms for upward facing dog. Or you can also take your knees, chin, and chest down to the mat for low cobra. The idea here is a slight bend to the upper part of your spine. And now listen, from here, press back into downward facing dog. So I'll give you a couple different views here. Downward facing dog, upside down V shape. You can pedal out your feet, drop your head and your neck, and really push the floor away. So think lifting your hips higher up towards the ceiling. Yeah, and you can even take a deep bend to your knees here. So really nice pose to allow yourself to feel grounded. If your eyes are closed, open them. Set your gaze one specific point at the back of your mat. Now together, take a breath in. Through your nose, breathe out. Slow breath in. Even slower on the breath out. Long breath in, last one. Longer breath out. Step your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Good. On an inhale, lengthen your spine, come to that halfway lift position. Exhale, you fold and bow down. Extended mountain pose, stand up tall. Sweep the arms back out and up over the head. On your exhale, long exhale, take the hands through prayer or all the way down to your mat to a forward fold. Good. Slowly lengthen your spine as an inhale. Plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank on your exhale. Lower down halfway. Pull your chest through for upward facing dog, new breath in. Roll it back, downward facing dog or upside down V shape on your breath out. And now we repeat that breath flow 3 times. So together, inhale. So the idea here is slow your breath. Exhale. 2 more, breath in. Attention on the breath out. And now follow this breath in. Slowly release the breath out. Step or lightly float your feet, top of the mat. Yeah, you can try to jump if you're feeling it. Good. Halfway lift is a breath in. Exhale, fold, bow down. Extended mountain pose. Slowly stand up tall, sweep out and up over your head, reach up. Exhale, take the hands all the way down to your mat. Start to get the idea of this repetitive flow, right? Inhale, breathe. Hands to your shins, lengthen the spine. On your exhale, step your feet back into that high plank. Lower down into low plank. Inhale, breathe in. Upward facing dog, take your back bend. Downward facing dog is your exhale breath. Repeat that 3 breath flow. Inhale. Exhale. Soften through your breath in. Soften through this breath out. Last one, fill up. Get empty. Lightly step, float, fly, feet to hands. Go, top of the mat. Good. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Exhale, you fold. Extended mountain pose. Sweep the arms back, out, up over the head. Reach it up. Exhale takes you down high through your low plank. Good. New breath in is an upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. 3 breaths. Last time, then we move on to sun salutation B. This breath in. This breath out. 2 more in. Let it go out. Last one, long breath in. Even longer on the breath out. Step or lightly float, feet to hands, top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand up, extended mountain pose, sweep out and up. Exhale, you bow, let it go. Lengthen your spine in. Plant the palms, step or lightly float your feet back into your low plank. Pull through for upward facing dog in. Yeah, downward facing dog is your breath out. Awesome work. 3 breaths here. Slow down, inhale. Together, exhale. Breath in. Breath all the way out. Last one, long breath in. Let it go. Lightly step, float, fly, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, you fold. And now listen, chair pose. So sit back and down. It's kind of like a squat as you reach the arms up. So the fingertips are engaged and I'm setting weight down through my glutes towards my heels. Yeah, and then keep reaching the chest, lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. Breath in. Okay, forward fold, let this go. Long spine, clear it. Breath in. Plant your palms, step your feet back into your high plank. Lower down, low plank. Upward facing dog is a breath in. Downward facing dog is your breath out. Step your right foot forward. Back foot drops about 45 degrees. We're going to take our time building this. This is warrior one. So deep bend through the right knee, and now you're going to reach both arms high up towards the ceiling. And I'm grounding down through the outer edge of my left foot as I reach my arms up high towards the ceiling. Yeah, this feels good. All right, hands come down to the mat. High through your low plank. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left side, warrior one, rise up. Back foot drops about 45 degrees. And you can heel toe the left foot towards the left side of your space. Give your hips here some space to move. So the idea of this pose, you're loading your left quad and you're stretching your right hip flexor. And we're going to get into a deeper hip flexor stretch when we're complete with these flows. But as we start to move, I'm going to get you back into that guided breath to breath movement. Hands down to the mat. Step back high through your low plank. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. 3 breaths. Together, inhale. Together, exhale. And you place your attention on the flow of this breath in. Release the breath out, let it go. One more time, inhale. Together, exhale. Lightly step or float, feet to hands, go. Awesome. Halfway lift is a breath in. Fold, you bow down. Yeah, feeling a deeper stretch to the hamstrings. Sit back and down, chair pose. So your glutes sit back and down, reach the arms up on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine as a breath in. Plant your palms, step your feet back high through your low plank. Upward facing dog or take your back bend. Awesome. Downward facing dog. Let it go. Step the right foot forward. Rise, warrior one. Sweep up on your in breath. And now you ride the exhale down high through your low plank. New breath in, upward facing dog. Breath out, downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Rise up through your inhale, engage. Take it down high through your low plank. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Breathe in. Drop your head and your neck, breathe out. Long breath in. Even longer on the breath out. Slow breath in. Slower on the breath out. Okay, lightly step, float, fly, jump forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift in. Fold, bow down. Chair pose on a breath in, sit down. Forward fold is your breath out, let it go. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Plant your palms, step or lightly float your feet back into a low plank or chaturanga dandasana. Sanskrit turn, upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Step the right foot forward, rise, warrior one. Inhale, rise up, reach up, get big. As you exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Step back high through your low plank. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left side, warrior one. Rise up through your breath in. Yes, and now take it down high through your low plank. Yeah, this is your pace, your rhythm, your flow of breath. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. 3 breaths. Slow down. Deepen your breath. Allow the flow of your breath to create the movement in your body. Good. Last breath in. Yeah, let the breath go. Lightly step or float, feet to hands, top of the mat. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, breath in, sit down. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Long spine is a breath in. Step or lightly float your feet back on your breath out. Upward facing dog, take your back bend. Downward facing dog. Yeah. Right side, warrior one. Last time with the sun salutation B. Reach up, spark the fingertips wide. Exhale, hands all the way down to the mat. Let it go. Upward facing dog, new breath in. Downward facing is your breath out. Left side, last time. Deep bend to the left knee. Warrior one, rise up. Yeah, as you exhale, take it down high through your low plank. Upward facing dog is a breath in. Yes, downward facing dog is your breath out. Awesome work. Listen, from here, step your right foot forward and you're coming to a tall kneel position. So you're going to drop the left knee and untuck the toes. So take your hands to your thigh and kind of push away and start to lengthen through your spine here. All right, allow yourself to start to drop into this stretch. The intention around this stretch right here is you're starting to feel some some more flexibility through your left hip flexor. So I'm going to demo this from the side view as well. Stretching is a skill, and a lot of the research, right, the most recent research suggests that it takes at least 2 minutes to allow your body to neurologically slow down and start to actually work with the tissue to lengthen, to relax, and to, in our world, stretch. So my idea here is I want you to lift the front of your pelvis up. This is subtle, it's nuanced, right? But we've worked through the flow, we've worked through the sun salutation, started to connect the breath, build a fire, and now I want you to start to slow down and drop into a stretch. The target here is your left hip flexor. So if you're not feeling this, scoot the left knee back a little bit and then start to play with the tilt of your pelvis. So you think about lifting the pelvis up towards your belly button, right? And you can even start to squeeze, just like a 3 or a 4 out of 10, you can start to squeeze the left glute. You might really start to feel the left hip flexor lengthen, stretch. This might be uncomfortable. Good. So I'm going to talk you through as we're kind of sitting in this stretch. The intention around this is that if we're sitting often or if we're working in certain positions, in order for the lower limb of the body to be firing properly, right, we get a lot of power through our glutes. My glutes can't fire unless my hip flexor releases. Modern society creates a lot of tension and shortening through the hip flexor. So as we sit here, we're allowing the body in that 2 minutes to feel some stretch, and now we're going to engage. And before we do that, I want you to take your hands behind the back of your head. Open your elbows wide. Press your head into your hands and your hands back into your head so you're creating that co-contraction. And now I'm going to slightly take a side bend to the left side. Yeah, and now I'm going to take that side bend to the right side. Play with this. Take it again to the left. Take it again to the right. And now we're going to sit in this stretch. You might notice as you take this side bend to the right, you're creating a longer line, a longer and deeper stretch through the hip flexor and now up through the side body. Again, this could be uncomfortable. It's exactly what we're looking for. And now as you're in this discomfort, breathe in and out through your nose. If it's comfortable, you can close your eyes or set your gaze one specific point in front of the space. Can you deepen that side bend even more? Awesome, guys. Stay with this. This is a position that you can play with, you can hold off or out of this practice, or before you practice, or before when you get up in the morning. We're going to come back through center. I want you to place both hands on the right knee. And now listen, energetically start to draw your left knee forward and your right heel back. You're going to feel this light up through the hip flexor. This is the work. Start to dial that contraction up. 3, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Moves, but you might feel some different engagement through that tissue, through the hip flexors. Awesome. One more time, draw the knee towards the front heel, contract, and now press the knee back. So you're just starting to play with creating these different sensations through the stretch. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, on 1. Listen, come into a high crescent lunge with that right knee forward. So I'm going to lift the left knee up, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to bring my hands to prayer heart center. On a breath in, lengthen. On a breath out, start to twist right. You hook the left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Nice option would be re-drop that back knee. If you're feeling this, lift the knee up. Wherever you are, shift more of your weight forward. And keep twisting open from the upper part of the rib cage. 3, 2, on 1. Slowly come back to your high crescent lunge. Drop the back heel. Peel this open for warrior 2. So there's a deep bend to the right knee. My arms are extended out long, parallel to the floor. Notice if you're reaching forward or you're pulling back. The idea here is to stack the shoulders over the hips. Yeah, deepen the bend to the right knee. Could be on fire here. Re-engage the breath. Flip and reverse, peaceful warrior up. On an inhale, come back to your warrior 2. Create a little bit of a flow here. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, warrior 2. One more time, peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. Bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Now take the left hand up and over your head. So you're creating one long diagonal line of energy through the outer edge of the left foot, up through the left calf, the left quad, left hamstring, side body. And now when I get lazy here, I'm dumping into my right forearm. Lift your right forearm up off the thigh. Get light to the forearm. Upper arm lifts up and back. We're here for 5. For 4. Slow your breath. For 3. In and out through the nose. 2. Okay, 1. Both hands down to the mat. Step back high through your low plank. Upward facing dog is a breath in. Downward facing dog is your breath out. Listen, roll forward into high plank. Drop your knees. So you're in a tabletop position. On an inhale breath, arch your spine and look up. On your exhale breath, round your spine and look back. So I'm going to guide you through a few different options here. So keep playing with this cat-cow position. So there's no right or wrong way to move the spine. Just play with arching and rounding. So as we move forward, we can start to play with moving what we call segmentally or from each section of the spine. So can you maybe start to control the lower part of the spine as you arch? And then maybe roll that through the middle, through the upper part of the spine. And then can you just arch the low spine? Arch through the middle, arch through the upper part of the spine. So it's almost like you're moving like a wave. If this is a lot on your wrists, different options. Yeah, you can take your fists to the mat. You can also take your forearms down to the mat as a nice option. And again, you're just moving through the length of your spine Connecting your breath. I want to add on, you can take a side bend to the left as you arch and look up. And then take a side bend to the right as you round and look back. So it's almost like you're jumping rope with your spine here. Yeah, starting to create some space in areas of your body that might not be receiving so much love all of the time, right? Starting to decompress, start to traction the spine. Really, it's a really good work, especially if you're jumping, your feet, your legs, your pelvis, your spine is absorbing a lot of force. The more space and length that you can create between each vertebrae is the more space to control, to build muscle, to create that soft tissue, to nourish that soft tissue. And keep playing with any movement that you've chosen. Another 10 seconds if you want to get a little crazy here. Lift your knees 1 inch up off the mat, not a foot, but an inch. So you're removing 2 bases of support, and then you're still moving through the length of your spine. Notice the difference. Inhale, you arch. Exhale, you round. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Awesome work, everyone. Okay, on 1, step your left foot forward. We're going to come into that tall kneel position again. So this time we're on the left side. So my left foot is forward. My right knee is down. Take a moment to set this up. So I'm starting to play with the tilt of my pelvis. So notice if you arch your low spine, I'm not feeling anything through my right hip flexor. Lift the front of the pelvis up. There it is. Untuck the toes. You want a little more. Squeeze the glute. You want a little more. Both hands come to the thigh. So allow yourself to find this stretch, to drop into this stretch. And I think this is really, especially for hoopers, for basketball players, right? To be able to allow your glutes to fire properly, right? You need to be able to release the hip flexor to strengthen that upper part of the hip. It often gets neglected. It's like that fast twitch muscle fibers. Starting to create some space here. And again, if you don't feel this stretch, start to play. Maybe you drop the knee back a little bit more deeply. Keep lifting through the front of the pelvis, squeezing through the right glute. And now we'll bring our hands to the back of our head. Press your head into your hands, hands back into your head. Open the elbows wide. Take your side bend to the left, side bend to the right, side bend to the left, side bend to the right. We're going to land in that side bend to the left. And this might start to drive up that stretch sensation through the hip flexor all the way up through the side body. So I'm pressing my hands into my head back into my hands, trying to create as much length through the tissue as I can. Hold another 10 seconds here. Settle into the stretch, deepen the breath. All right, and now we work. So bring your hands back to the thigh, energetically pull the right knee forward and the left heel back. Squeeze the right glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to push in opposite directions. Right knee presses back, left heel presses forward. You're going to feel some release there, some length. Yeah. And now one more time, energetically pull the right knee forward, left heel back. So think contraction drawing in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now press them back energetically. Nothing moves on the mat, but you're feeling the engagement through entirety of your hip flexor, through the glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. Press into a high crescent lunge with the left foot forward. So lift the right knee up off the mat, reach up. And again, knee down is a great option for more support. Hands come to prayer, heart center, breath in. As you exhale, twist left. You can hook the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. You can make a fist with your top hand, create a little bit more space. You want to open your arms, you choose. So as you get deeper into this practice, a lot of it is just allowing yourself to create space to move your body with your intention. Right? This is just a base structure, introduction. As you get more advanced, like Martin, you can start to flow in your own way. You start to create your own movements, own intention. It starts with allowing yourself to feel grounded, to be aware of your breath, and then to allow yourself to be uncomfortable in some of these really challenging positions. Come back into your high crescent lunge. Drop the back heel, peel this open, strong warrior two. Arms, tee the arms parallel to the floor. Flip and reverse, peaceful up and back. Back to your warrior two. One more time, peaceful up and back. Land extended side angle, left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling to begin. Create that length and then comes up and over your head. Creating one long line of diagonal energy out through the outer edge of the right foot, through the calf. And again, I'm getting, this is challenging. So I'm pretty much dumping into my left forearm here. Lift the left forearm up. Left shoulder comes up. Maybe you can even, like you're squeezing a giant beach ball, try that option. Reach forward, twist open for 5. Breathe in and out through the nose for 4, 3, 2, okay, 1. Both hands come down to the mat. Step back high through your low plank. Upward facing dog is a breath in. Downward facing dog is your breath out. Step the right foot forward. Come into a low runner's lunge. You're going to drop the left knee. Untuck the toes. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, low lunge twist. So options here. You can take the right arm behind your back for a slight bind. So it's almost like you're wrapping it around through the left hip. You can also reach the arm up towards the ceiling. I want you to get lighter through your left hand. So maybe fingertips, maybe you don't even need the left hand down. Try it. Engaging deeply through the deeper layers of your core. Keep reaching that right arm up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your right hand down to the inside of the right foot. And now you're going to heel toe the right foot wide towards the outer edges of your mat. So we're into a lizard lunge here. I want you to start to scoot the left knee back, untuck the toes. Now I like to move in this position, so I'm starting to create a circle with my hip on the right side. So you can start going clockwise. So the knee is circling over the heel. But you're feeling this in the deepest layers of the right hip. Reverse that direction. Right, so we've started getting grounded. We've moved through the flow state. Breath to breath movement through the sun salutations. Took you through some deeper stretches. A more traditional vitality flow. And now we're starting to drop this down and getting into some of the deeper layers of the tissue here. 3, 2, on 1. We're going to come back into a triangle pose. It's a traditional trikonasana. So you're going to straighten the back leg. Left foot is about 45 degrees. Difference here is now I'm going to straighten the right leg. So there's a micro bend through the right knee. My feet are kind of in the same position as a warrior one, but this time the right knee is straight. I'm going to take my right hand to my right shin and start to pull up. I'm going to lift the right shoulder blade up and back as I sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling. Really strong position. So lift and spread all 10 of your toes. Get rooted, grounded. Engage through the feet, and then the energy of this pose is up. So keep reaching the left hand as high as you can while reaching the right hand down towards the mat. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Bring both hands to your hips, press to stand tall. And now spin all 10 of your toes towards the left side of your space, coming into a side-facing wide leg forward fold. So your hands can reach for your heels. Maybe your forearms can come down to the mat or to blocks. Mine certainly don't get there, but you can reach back behind you. You want to play with more traditional head or handstand. We're here for about 15 seconds. And again, kind of a nice place to make this your own. You're feeling a stretch and something static. Breathe. If you're feeling some movement here, you can bend into one knee, bend into the opposite knee. Yeah, awesome work, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, 1. From side facing wide leg forward fold, you're going to walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Step your right foot back and your left foot forward, coming right into your low runner's lunge. Option to drop the right knee. Deep bend through the left, and now you're going to sweep the left arm up towards the ceiling. Low lunge twist. Play with getting light through the right fingertips. Big reach with the left hand. So take that left hand around through the right hip. You want to add a bind here. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your left hand to the inside of the left foot, heel toe of the left foot to the outside of your mat. Take a wide stance into this lizard lunge. Circle through the left hip forward. Yeah, this feels good. Clockwise direction. And then reverse it counterclockwise direction. Another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, on 1. Come into your warrior 1 foot position. We're going to move on to Trikonasana triangle pose. So straighten the left leg. Back foot drops about 45 degrees. Pull up left hand on your shin. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. If you want a visual, I'm demoing this. And then it's like a tug of war that nobody wins. I'm reaching my right arm up towards the ceiling and my left hand down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen, both hands come down to the mat. Step back high through your low plank. Last 3-part flow, upward facing dog, or take knees, chin, chest for low cobra. Downward facing dog. Step your feet all the way through your hands. Come to lay flat on your back. We're going to come into bridge pose here. So bend the knees. Draw your heels towards the back of your space. And then allow yourself to settle in here for a minute. All right, so we're going to move on to bridge pose. Key to bridge pose, hip abduction, meaning you're energetically pushing your hips away from one another. So start to engage that. Start to press your hips and your thighs away from one another. And now you're going to slowly lift the tailbone, slowly lift the lower spine, slowly lift the middle spine, slowly lift the upper spine up off of the mat. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now listen, lower down just the upper part of your spine. Lower down the middle part of your spine. Like a wave, lower down the lower part of your spine. And now your tailbone. We'll do that one more time. First movement is energetically pressing the hips away from one another to create room and space to now lift the tailbone, lift the low spine, lift the middle spine, lift the upper part of the spine, drive the hips up towards the ceiling. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower this all the way down. You're going to come into a supine twist. So extend your left leg out long. Hug the right knee into your chest and then draw the right knee across your body and the right hand and your gaze towards the right side of the space. So you can scoot the left hip underneath the right. Give yourself a little bit more room for the stretch. And now switch sides. Extend the right leg. Left knee pulls up and then comes up and over. And now one final time, come back through your center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a giant squeeze, giant hug in, giant hug of gratitude for what you just did for yourself, the people around you, for the Yoga for Hoopers community. Draw your forehead towards your knees and together take a breath in. Open up your mouth, sigh this out. Coming into a deep final rest. So in yoga, we call this Shavasana. It's a Sanskrit term, or corpse pose. So you're basically just taking up space on your mat, extending the legs out long if that's comfortable. You can also bend the knees. If extending the legs out long is a lot on the low back, bend the knees. Allow your arms to fall down towards your side body. And we'll be here in this stillness for about 2.5 minutes. When that 2.5 minutes is up, I will guide you out and then turn it back over to Martin to close the practice. Notice if you're holding any tension, soften through your jaw. Space between your eyebrows. Wrists release. Heels and ankles can splay open. Soften through your shoulder blades. And being comfortable sitting in silence, especially in the world that we live in, really powerful practice. Because in that silence, in that stillness, in that space, you can listen for a voice that's not the ego, not the mind, not the fear-based programs that we've run for most of our lives. There's a deeper knowing, an intuition, right, where your values come from. Listen for that. This is something that you can train, cultivate, build, and expand. Reached an elite level in any athletic sport, career, community. They're driven by something different. They're able to tap into something different. In my and Martin's opinion, it starts right here. And you can slowly start to deepen your breathing here. Maybe reawaken your fingers and your toes, bring some movement to the shoulders. Slowly begin to one knee at a time, hug in, and then roll onto the right or left side of your body. And then stay here for a full breath cycle in. Let it go out. Slowly press into a seated position at the top of your mat. As you make your way there, I'm going to hand it back over to Martin. I just want to say thank you so much for being with us tonight.